I know I'm covering the camera. This is so ghetto. Okay, so I am trying something. No, I don't want to stop streaming. 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 Something. No, I don't want to. I don't even know how to do this. Okay, I guess I have to do it straight up and down. That's really ghetto. That was not my intention. Well, anyway, guys, I'm learning how to stream. Woo! Okay, so hey, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel. This is brand new. I was thinking about making some food tonight because I'm hungry. Hey, CC girl. I know you're the one who loves me the most. Anyway, welcome to my channel. I'm about to cook. I'm about to just make some food. I wanted to make some like lobster and shrimp, and I was having a rough week, and I want to go into this next week with a better attitude. And what better attitude than with good food? So without further ado, let's get it cracking. I don't know what you call this. I'm just gonna start cooking. But yeah, so I've got my veggies in the sink, and I'm gonna start washing those off. But as I do that, I kind of want to just chit chat about life and talk about stuff. But I don't know, like my YouTube channel has been something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I haven't been really pursuing it that much. But I've been putting a lot of thought into it, and I figure like the best thing to do is like to just go after it. And I'm good at cooking, and I love food, and I'm always on my Snapchat spamming people, so I figure I may as well do the same thing here. I'm going to end up turning some music on at some point, but I got to find something that's like royalty free so that I can monetize this shit. But at any rate, I got an eggplant because the last time I made this dish, I kind of threw random vegetables in it, and this time I'm going to do the same thing. So what I'm going to do is like use the stew base. If you ever have eaten Nigerian food or African food, stew is usually like tomatoes, red peppers, habanero peppers, garlic, onion, ginger, you know, stuff like that, the savory stuff. Like how with regular food they have the like trifecta, whereas celery, onions, carrots, Africans, the way they do it is more like peppers, onions, tomatoes, peppers, hot peppers, pepper. So I'm going to basically do pepper and tomatoes and a slew of other veggies. So to get this started, I'm going to chop up. I already had a different, so I'm going to take 2 red peppers, and let me turn my camera so that you guys can see. And I'm going to just start. Oh, I do need to have some music or else this is going to be boring. Hold on, be right back. Girl, the hookah on the fridge, I saw it in the background and I was like, that is so ghetto. I should take that down. But it's just a little bit too late in the game for that. Now I got to find royalty-free music so it's not completely silent in my background. The last time I recorded a YouTube video with somebody else's music on it, I got 500,000 views on it and played myself because that was the only video that I got that got numbers like that on it. And I literally could not even use it. So it was like, congratulations, you played yourself. So anyway, this time around, we won't be doing that. Royalty-free music all the way around. And we're going to get it cracking. Alrighty. So I start just by taking the tops off of my peppers. I wish I had a remote control. I got this like, I got a really cool record player from Wayfair who's supposed to be canceled anyway because they human traffic kids apparently. But we're not gonna get all political today. Why am I sweating like a cow? Like I don't know how to cook. But I really did run down the street to CVS so that I could buy some wine so that I could do wine glass the size of my head while I'm cooking. If you follow me on Snapchat, then you know that that's like one of my favorite series that I started with myself, where I literally have these huge ass wine glasses, and I just call them wine glasses the size of my head. So I ran to CVS, and then I was like, wait, I'm supposed to start this at 9 o'clock. Let me just hurry up and get my ass back to my house. And so I was running with no mask on because I'm stupid. I left my mask sitting right here on the countertop in the house. But anyway, so you're gonna start by just like roughly chopping your peppers because you're gonna throw this right in the blender. So you don't have to chop them too small or like finite. But I figured I'm always cooking on Snapchat. I'm always whipping up some good food. I may as well live stream it. Are you saying I'm fine because I'm not because I'm sweating? Because I'm sweating like a cow, Cece. That's funny. I actually like that I can see that you're on here. I'm such a creep. This is exciting. Okay. So I'm gonna chop. Oh, that's got commercials. That sucks ass. Well, while that's commercialing, we'll turn it off. I ran down the street to Whole Foods to pick up my vegetables for this. And I was like, I'm going to spend $20. Ha ha ha. Spend $20 at Whole Foods. Fat chance. I definitely ended up spending $40. So double my budget. But at least not too bad. I feel like I'm kind of dirty because I will rinse my vegetables off, like rinse them. There are people who literally will soak their stuff in like vinegar and water and like make sure that all the pesticides are off. I'm like, I got this at Whole Foods. If it's about to kill me, then I was supposed to die, honestly. And I'm stupid because like who knows who touched it and if they were like digging in their booty or something like that. But I just trust it because of where it came from because I'm bougie. And Whole Foods is bougie. I have all these random little bugs in my house because I always have the doors to my patio open and I don't have a screen on my patio door. So then I just have fucking bugs just always in the house. They're part of my household at this point, but it's kind of obnoxious because they're fucking bugs. This is not royalty free at all. Wow. I'll just turn it down so I don't hear it too loud. I have a third person join. Oh my God. Okay. My blender is getting pretty full here, so I'm gonna blend this and get my fire going underneath my well, the electric fire underneath my skillet. My habaneros I keep in the freezer so that they don't go stale. And I just take the very top of it off. Like I literally leave all the seeds and toss that right into the blender so that I got the spice factor. And I have a little bit of a cold right now, so I want to make sure that I'm eating a lot of spicy food. I feel like because I'm not a person who takes a lot of medicine, I like to eat spicy food. I feel like it knocks out my cold faster. That might be the truth, I don't know. But I'm just like in my head, capsaicin is good for you. So if it's not, I'm about to burn down the damn house. I just smelled something. It was my pot. But that means it's good and hot because I'm about to throw some ghee right in there. If you don't know what ghee is, it's like Indian butter. It's really good. I love you, Cece. Tell me, girl. That's actually an inside joke between me and one of my other friends. We used to go get our nails done at this place, and the lady caught herself teaching us Vietnamese. And so she told us that tut may meant I love you. And so me and my best friend Zaina always say tut may to each other, even though we later found out it doesn't mean anything and that lady lied to us. That's just like somebody teaching you fake English, because that's like me teaching somebody fake words in English because I think it's funny because they don't speak the language. It's really ghetto and disrespectful. Okay. So I'm going to take my pan and put it back over the fire. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to use ghee or palm oil. So I'm going to do some of both. Palm oil so it tastes kind of African-y. Ghee so it tastes buttery because butter is delicious. If you've never cooked with ghee, you really need to get on the bandwagon. It's Indian clarified butter, and I went to the grocery store the other day and found some with Himalayan pink sea salt in it already. So it made me like a little bit more thirsty to use it because I'm like, oh, it's gonna save me a little bit of seasoning. I put in a lot of fucking butter because I feel like I deserve it. And I want this to be scrumdiddlyumptious. So wait until that melts all down together. Let me get up. Let me get up in here for you. It doesn't smell the best, so I'm gonna turn the fan on. I don't like the smell of raw palm oil. Like, I like it when it starts to like cook up a little bit. But to me, palm oil smells more oily than regular oil, like vegetable oil or something like that. Okay. So it's starting to get nice and hot. Okay, so now I'm done with my blender. I really should put some water in it so that matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. While this starts to heat up, you want this to get pretty hot and to reduce in size. I want to adjust my camera so it can be more like I'm using this as a test dummy. Like, this is literally me learning how to YouTube and figuring it out as I freaking go along. So I might be adjusting my camera and doing all types of crazy stuff because I really want to get a good angle. And I hate when I'm like worried about my angles because I don't want to constantly have my back to you, even though like my kitchen is not set up in a golden triangle where everything is just like perfect. I have to really adjust myself like when I'm trying to yeet that food in there. What does that even mean, John? I'm so confused. Anyway, I figured since I got the time, while I'm waiting for my tomatoes to reduce in size, or the tomatoey sauce to reduce in size, I may as well cut up my eggplant so that I can put this in salted water. You want to put your eggplant in salted water so that it doesn't, I'm trying to think of how I want my eggplant in my pan. Okay. I want pretty hearty sized eggplant pieces just because I really do love eggplant. So I'm going to cut them like pretty chunky and lay them in there in a way that keeps them whole. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. I guess I'll keep that piece whole. So what I'm going to do, I have some lobster already thawing in a vat of room temperature water with some shrimp that I had from my freezer. Both of them were frozen. I went to Whole Foods and they had lobster tails for $10 a piece. But I know that if you go to the freezer section, they have 2 lobster tails for $17. So you save like $2 because it's $17.99. So I was like, oh, I'm going to save $2 because why the heck not? Alrighty. Okay, so I've got some water for my eggplant. And I'm trying to think to myself, do I want to start live streaming or do I want to have all of my ingredients prepped and like edit videos? Because what I'm trying to do is avoid editing. And I think that that's actually lazy and that I don't like live streaming that much, to be honest. But we're only 20 minutes into my very first live stream. And it's not that I don't like the pressure of people watching me as I'm doing this. Am I baking or frying the eggplant? I'm going to bake the eggplant because once this sauce reduces in size, I'm going to pop all of this in the oven so that my seafood can get a nice char on it. Because I want it to look nice and crispy and crunchy. If that makes any sense. You know, like when you put something under the broiler, how it gets like a nice little coat on it. So, hold on one second. Okay. So now you've got your tomatoes, your peppers, your onion. I'm going to throw some garlic and ginger paste into here right now while I'm thinking about it because that's going to add some flavor. I was with one of my friends and we went to this little like ethnic store in this area in North Dallas, and they had garlic and ginger paste, and I was like, what? I have to grind it up? Yes, God. And it's like thick and pulpy, and it adds so much flavor to food. I just added a big old chunk, honestly. That was maybe not the best idea, but it ain't gonna hurt nobody. Alrighty. Now to this, I'm also gonna add some ground crayfish. And if you ever cook African food, you know crayfish is like a staple. It adds a fishy flavor, and I want this to be very like crustacean-y. This is basically like ground dried shrimp, which sounds disgusting, and it looks like powder, but it's literally like whole shrimp made into a powder. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I have some whole ones. This is like the remnants of a bag, and it's literally like whole shrimp, and then you just grind it up. Anyway, it adds a really, really good fishy flavor to whatever you're cooking, and to me, that's off the chain. Because we're going to be adding shrimp and lobster to this, I want to make sure that I pack in the punch. That's me coughing because I got a cold. And then also to this, I'm going to add some Better Than Bouillon lobster base. I found this in the store a couple of weeks ago, and I was jazzed about it because I'm like, I'm going to be cooking with so much more seafood now than I was before, just because I really am trying to stop eating as much meat. And so I saw that they had a beef base, and then I saw the lobster base, and I have used the Better Than Bouillon brand a billion times over, just for their chicken base. But when I saw the lobster, I said, oh honey. And it's better for me to use this than to use salt, because this has a blend of spices, not just salt. So I prefer to use things that do half of the work for me. So this is starting to really smell good and come together. I'm going to add some tomato paste to this. But before I do that, I'm going to start to half up my lobster and my shrimp so that I can start to add them to this, so they can start to really stew and cook in this deliciousness. I hope y'all are not getting whiplash, because I'm really not trying to kill you. Okay. So in my bowl, I have my shrimp and lobster. They were thawing, and I wanted to make sure that they weren't frozen when I put them into the heat. I feel like that would make them like really tough, and that's not my goal. Try to crack the shell a little bit. So you want to just cut your lobster right in half. And I'm going to put it shell side down so that the meat doesn't get immediately too tough. So I'm going to put it shell side down so it has to cook a little harder. Oh, we got a runaway lobster, y'all. That's really gross. Believe me, I cleaned the crap off of my countertops. And I will after this too, because there's going to be fish and lobster juice everywhere, which is nasty as hell. And I've realized since living by myself that I'm extremely germophobic. Like, stuff can be nasty, but it can't be dirty. Like, for me, that's a no-go. So, if you follow me on Snapchat, you saw that I had a poop explosion in my apartment. I moved into an older building, and the plumbing is just not the best, which is understandable. I get it. However, it's still nasty. So one day last week or earlier this week, I don't even know what today is. Today's Sunday. I went into my bathroom one day last week, and when I stepped in, because there's like 2 steps down to my bathroom, there was water on the floor. And I said, what the heck? I know what this means. That means that there's sewage on my floor. And it was like clear boo-boo water at this point. So I was like, oh, I'm okay with this. You know, I can clean this up. But then it started getting chunky, and there started to be like actual poop. And so I've been extremely, extremely, extremely cautious and freaking the hell out germophobic lately, because there was boo-boo on my floor. So when I tell you guys I'm about to clean this countertop off, I'm literally about to clean this countertop off, honey. And I've been washing my hands like a lot. I actually need to buy new hand soap because I used so much soap in the last week because of the freaking poop explosion. So, all right. After you handle raw shellfish, you want to make sure you wash your hands. And I'm about to turn this camera on this pot so that you guys can see what's going on. I know I need to add some more seasoning to this. I haven't tasted it yet, but I know it's going to need some more love. So you see how I put the lobster in there? That's the same way that I want to kind of like work in my eggplant. And that's why I cut it into those chunky pieces like that, so I can lay it in there so it's like open faced. Once I put it under the broiler, the whole top of this is going to get like nice and juicy. But I want to lay everything so that you can see it open. Okay. Now, if you eat African food at all, you know what the heck a Maggie cube is. But if you don't, this is like the best invention ever made to the seasoning world. It's like, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what flavor it's supposed to be, but it's literally just delicious. It's a seasoning cube that, excuse me, packs a whole lot of flavor, but it is a little high in sodium, so you can't go too crazy with them. So I'm going to just sprinkle that right on in. I mean, obviously you could do like salt, pepper, garlic, onion, curry if you wanted to. You know, if you wanted to add a little bit of Indian flair to this. I don't know what flavor profile I'm really going for. I want it to be as spicy as possible. I'm actually going to add some Cameroon pepper, which is like a really, really hot African pepper too. So I already added 2 habaneros. I'm adding some more Cameroon pepper, so it's going to get pretty spicy up in here. Real quick, I'm adding a lot because I really do want to kick this cold's ass. I'm going to add some thyme. Woo! Jesus! Shoot. I'm trying to clear a sister out. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I probably need to get from over this pot because it's clearing me out already. And I'm only eating this by myself, y'all. So don't make it seem like I'm probably just sneezing all over everybody's food. This is my food for myself in my house by my dang on self. So it really don't matter if I sneeze all in it. But I'm really not trying to be dirty either. But I have a cold and I'm trying to kick it. And I want to also make sure that this food is good. Now, let me see. I have to remind myself not to go too crazy when I'm seasoning stuff because I really will do the whole spice jar. One of my girlfriends, her roommate was like, so what'd you put in the food? And I started naming stuff and he was like, so you realize you've named the whole spice cabinet and you haven't gotten to any of the ingredients of the food. Why was I trying to sprinkle the turmeric in there like it was dang on curry powder? Oops. I add turmeric to everything because I feel like it's good for you. It's anti-inflammatory, and anything that's anti-inflammatory is good for me because I don't want to have ailments in my body. You know what I mean? Now, I typically would half up. I bought some freaking okra because I've been obsessed lately, and I typically would cut my okra in half, but I have been really feeling like the texture of when you bite into a whole piece of okra. And so I've been adding it to pretty much everything, and I don't feel bad about it at all. I'm going to add the okra right around the edges so that it just adds a nice little border on this. I'm going to also, at the same time that I'm doing this, start preheating my oven. Because now my shrimp and my lobster are starting to really cook. I'm going to turn the heat up on this just a little bit. Because I don't want to leave this stuff undercooked. But Um, yeah, I don't want to leave it undercooked. You don't have cooked seafood. That's disgusting, and that's how people die. I'm going a little crazy with the okra, and I'm not mad about it. Like, I literally love it. Ooh, look how beautiful that looks so far. Okay. Now to this, I'm going to add some tomato paste to just kind of thicken it up. And I'm going to reach from underneath and really make sure that nothing's sticking in there as well. Ooh. Okay, real quick. Should I add crushed tomatoes or should I add tomato paste? First person to answer, I'm going to send you $5. No answer? Oh, you guys are petty. Okay, well then I'm adding tomato paste. And y'all lost the opportunity to win some cash. I would have literally cash apped you right then. I have this towel in my kitchen that I dry my hands on. And it's like the worst thing in the world because whenever I'm cooking, I really am like germophobic. Because I wash my hands so much that by the time I'm done cooking, the towel in my kitchen is drenched. I really should use paper towel, but I know that I would really kill to clean it. I hate this can opener so bad. One day I'm going to be rich and I'm going to have an automatic can opener. One of the ones you just push it up and it goes and it holds the can in place and it doesn't fall. One day I'm going to have one of those. Until then, I'm going to struggle. Look at that. God said, and let there be openness, because you was just about to doubt me and the things I do for you. And he said, look, I'm about to make this easy for you, sis. Okay. Now, right in the center, I don't know why I did it like a dummy. Right in the center, I'm going to just try to mix the outside juices with this tomato paste to thin it out some. Ooh, 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 you should see how good these lobster tails are cooking. This is about to be fire. So right in the center, I just broke up the tomato paste a little bit so it wasn't so concentrated and thick. You should smell this, guys. It smells so good. Just tomatoey and robust. And you can smell the crap out of the habanero. Okay. So I'm really contemplating like what I want to do with my life. I've been hitting a roadblock for real at work. A lot of the relationships I had in my private life, I'm like, I need to readjust. So I'm like, you know what, why don't I start doing some passion projects? Why don't I start doing some things that I really actually care about as opposed to all this stuff that I've just been doing because other people reach out to me. You know, I think I'm about to start being really selective with where I go, who I hang out with, and really spend some time by myself doing what the heck Sarah wants to do. Now, my lobster is very deep up in there, and so is this shrimp. I really want to bring it to the surface so that you can see visually that there's meat in there. You know, I don't want it to just look like a can of tomatoes. So I'm going to uncover my crustacean just a little bit. This is messy as hell. I don't even know why I use such a small pan, y'all. Oh, wait, because it was the only one I had. And I went and got that wine, and I'm so caught up cooking this dang on food that I didn't even open up my dang on wine. So after I pop this in the oven, we'll open up my bottle of wine, and I'll bid you all adieu. And I'll, I guess, post the results of what I made afterwards. I don't know how to pause this, but I guess we'll chit chat while it's in the broiler, because that doesn't take a long time. Alrighty. So I'm going to put the purple side up. I should definitely cut this smaller. Hold on. Back to the drawing board. It's too large. The eggplant is too large. Oh my God. I really hope you understand what I'm talking about when I said that. Please, Jesus. I hope y'all understood what I mean. The eggplant is too large. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to just cut those in half so that it's like, and then I'm going to stick them down into the sauce like this. Vertical, horizontal, I don't know. Okay, now y'all see how I'm trying to stick this up in here, right? And how I got special needs, obviously, because I want it to stand up in there and like separate out the lobster pieces. This is ghetto, okay? This one is too fat. It's going in the sink. The last time I did this, I kind of did it in an aerial design. At this point, I'm literally about to just put this on top and go ahead and cook it because I don't want to keep on playing with this. But because I'm putting this under the broiler, I'm going to spoon some of the sauce on top, and it'll give me just like a nice little crust, a tomatoey crust, which sounds disgusting. Ooh, ooh, I just had a genius idea. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this again, y'all. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Ooh, ooh, Sarah, see, it's not that bad. That's how you know I'm not a real chef, because I'll be literally sticking my fingers in my food. I don't chop anything how I'm supposed to. I just be trying to get it in the pot, okay? But you see what I'm trying to do in a little radial design? I need to put a couple more pieces in there and we'll be good to go. And that's the beauty of cooking. Like sometimes you just F and go with it. There you go. Oh, 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 you saw how I pulled that piece of lobster out and just placed it right up. This is about to be so good. Just hold on. Wait until I get up in there. This is my little towel that gets all the abuse. Without you. This is my little container that usually has water in it, but that looks like it's empty. Hold on. Okay. Alrighty, so that's gonna just do its little thing for a second. I have the oven on 500. I meant to put it on broil. I am about to, and I'm gonna move it down or level because I actually don't want it. I don't know if you guys have ever used broil before, but it will definitely jack your food up if you put it too close. Like if you put it on that top rack and you got it on broil, you better watch it close because if you don't, you're gonna be eating crispy. It's gonna be jerk, and you didn't think you put no jerk seasoning on it, and then you're gonna be looking foolish. So anyway, whoever watched this from start to finish, shout out to y'all because it was tragic. But now I just wait. Now we just wait. Oh, I almost forgot. I started to drink my wine. Ratchet. Bag rice is the best. I literally don't know how to make rice. I could cook a lot of food. I cannot make rice. So I'm going to have a little bit of rice. I bought asparagus so that I could add asparagus to that too. But it wasn't that much room in the pot. So like, sorry asparagus, you're going to have to go with something else. Like I have some sausages left over in there as if I'm going to want to eat them. I might make a sausage asparagus something. I don't know. The kitchen does smell wonderful. It really does. It smells peppery and spicy and delicious and tomatoey. And you can't smell the seafood because it's fresh. It ain't dirty. You know it ain't no dirty seafood, good or rat seafood. So, it smells really good in here, actually. I think I over-vented the rice. Like, how do you mess up microwave rice, Sarah? I don't know. But we're going to see. Hopefully, I didn't mess it up too bad. But, no, I was just talking to my homegirl because she is in Austria right now. And so I try to talk to her whenever I can. But with the time difference, it's always really strange. She was like, oh, yeah, remember when you made this for me? Because the last and only time that I made this crustacean surprise or whatever the heck we going to call it, oh, welcome to Wine Glass the size of my head. But you see why I call it that, because it's literally the size of my head is a little bit bigger, but these glasses can fit a whole bottle of wine in them, which is really terrifying. But anyway, she was like, well, the last time you made it, I was like, what starch did I have on the side? And she was like, I think you had rice. And I was like, what? I didn't make rice. And she was like, no, I'm pretty sure you did. It was rice. She's like, I think it was like rice out of a bag. I said, nailed it, girl, because you know I'm not cooking no rice. Like, I can make, I don't know, hard to make things. I was trying to come up with something extra bougie to say at once, and I couldn't. I could flambe something. Can't make rice. I can make baked Alaska. Hence the flambe. Can't make rice. Like, I would literally make rice mushy. And it's like, Sarah, I don't know. So I know you're supposed to do like 2 cups of rice to 1 cup of water. 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice, and I haven't even started drinking yet. But she told me that I made rice, and I was like, no, you're a liar. Look, it's popping in the microwave now. I don't know if you heard that, but now we just stand and wait. Like, this is the part that I was worried about. Like, this is where editing comes into play, because you can just edit this right out and it's going to be like one cohesive video. I just hit the 48-minute mark. Who going to sit and watch something on YouTube for 48 minutes? I wouldn't. That's what I feel like is so strange about like the internet and stuff like that, because people make livings off of things that I typically don't do. You know, like, I would be extremely grateful if people were like, oh yeah, we want to watch you, which people say to me all the time. But I'm like, how long are you really going to watch me? Because like the algorithm on YouTube is weird. Where like how long people watch makes a difference with how much money you make. How, to my understanding at least, like how many ads are on your videos makes a difference with how much money you make. Like how many likes you get. I don't know how any of this works. So I'm like, do I even want to try and pursue this, or do I want to just make food and keep posting it, minding my dang on business? When you stuff is under the broiler, it really does make you nervous. Like sometimes I'll be like minding my business off in the rest of the house and be like, oh God, like run to the kitchen. And it is because you will hurry up and really roast the crap up out of your food. Look at that though. Oh my God. I can't even zoom in. You guys are literally voting and I didn't even see your votes. I'm so sorry. I'm so trifling. Those snaps were awful. Oh my God. What snaps? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Alrighty. Anyway, guys, we're rocking and rolling. I just can't wait to even take this out of the oven. I almost just ended this and that wasn't my goal. I just don't know how to make these comments go away. Okay. I think I did it. So anyway, we've got a lovely Malbec, which I got from the CVS down the street. I've been buying the same wine for like 2 weeks because one day last week I checked out and the bottle was supposed to be $10 because I'm balling. And when I rang it up, it was $4.97. Joke's on you, CVS. You obviously mismarked this. Then I got it the next day and I realized that it had a little sign that said that it was on sale, and I said, we like it. So I've been getting this wine for the last couple of days because it's $5 and it tastes real delicious. I love a Malbec. It's got like more pepperiness than other wines in my opinion. But it's like usually a little spicy. This one's a little sweet. Let's see the percentage. It says 13.5%, but it tastes pretty sweet to me. Anyway, we're literally just waiting on this to come out so I can plate it like I got some sense. I'm trying to decide. It'll be ready in like 3 minutes. It's sizzling. Can you hear it? Shoot, that's the sink. Listen to that. Ooh. Yeah. I just need like 2 or 3 more minutes. I really wanted to get a little bit, I wanted to get a little crusty, you know, like I wanted to get a little bit crusty. And I put the eggplant in there essentially raw. So I gotta like shock it with heat. In my professional opinion. Now, I'm kind of ignorant for doing this, but I got this garlic and ghee rice. So I'm really just ghee-ing it up, y'all. Like, real buttery, real fat girl shit. Ow. Ow. I literally hate Megan Thee Stallion for that. Ow. I'm like, Megan, can you imagine this girl in the studio? And then if you saw her Tiny Desk concert, she literally is like, ah, with her tongue. Megan, please. I'm talking about Megan Thee Stallion if y'all don't know. If you don't know, get off of here, because if you don't know who Megan Thee Stallion is, go sit down somewhere. But anyway, this rice packet is 410 calories, which is too much. And that's why I don't be eating rice, because I'm like, if I'm going to have some carbs, it's going to be pasta for me, sis. It's not going to ever be rice. So that's why I don't know how to make it, because It's not on my list of things that I typically like to eat. I'm trying to decide, do I want to do a plate or a bowl? I think a plate, just so I can like make it look all cute. I remember that I did rice because I did it in a perfect little scoop for her and put it on the side of the plate and then put the fish around it. I remember now. And then I'm such a nerd too. Let me actually clean up my countertops while I wait for the food to be done so that I can plate and just put everything in the dishwasher when I'm done. Oh, yuck. And see, this is why I'm germophobic, because that's actually gross. This is antimicrobial, antibacterial spray that I usually keep around the house because you never know what stuff is going to touch. Or when you're going to have a poop explosion in your house and everything is going to seem dirty after that. But I figured this would be kind of cool to try every once in a while, just to like be interactive with people. This was last minute. I decided at 8:30 that I was gonna do a 9 o'clock live stream. So I had a lot more people view this than I thought I was going to. So shout out to y'all for that, because it's more than I could have asked for, because I didn't ask for shit. I just did it. I'm very rude for making y'all wait like this. Let me get my life together so that y'all can see this food. We almost done. We in there like swimwear, y'all. Or we in there like booty hair. Whichever one you decide is gonna work for you. Oh God, I can't wait to eat. And the worst part is, I can't even eat it immediately because I gotta make sure that I take pictures for Snapchat and make sure that my plate looks nice, and then I'm gonna go enjoy some recreational adult activities, and then I'm gonna eat. So it's not even like I'm about to eat it. Maybe I'll taste it for y'all out the pot, because what's a YouTube video about food without tasting it, you know? So maybe I'll taste it, but I wasn't gonna like eat it. Okay, well, where do I want to do this? I'm not gonna be super fat, so I'm not gonna fill my rice completely up, because again, I don't really even like rice like that. So I'm gonna see, it got a corner on it. It's chunky. This is why you don't do rice out of a bag, because you get stuff like this. A big old chunk of rice that jacks up the shape of the rice. It's not even like it's not cooked or it's not good. But this is ghetto. This is really extremely ghetto. But we're going to do this again. And this is like what one of my pet peeves is, when I go someplace and my plate is not clean. Like where you can see that they tried to plate it and they messed up. And then I'm like wondering, why am I sweating like this? Girl, because you're literally cooking hot fire. But I hate when my plate has like streaks on it. When I go to restaurants, I'm like, did you not clean this? What is wrong with you, you imbecile? But then again, I'm not Gordon Ramsay, and I don't know how to cook rice or obviously plate it. So we're gonna not do it this way. We're gonna just put some rice on here. I really wanted it to have a cute shape, guys, but obviously the universe doesn't want me to be great. Not like that. They said, girl, you doing rice out of bag. Fuck you mean? Obviously you're not about to be great. How dare you? Even compare yourself to greatness with your bag rice. Okay. We're going to do a half moon on the plate of rice. And then we're going to do our meats over here with our veggies somewhere strewn in between. Okay. Oh, a half moon. So nice. It was actually a half moon like 2 days ago. And it was beautiful. If you were in Dallas, hopefully you saw it. Okay. I want y'all to see this joint come out of the oven. Baby. Ooh, Lord Jesus. I don't know what angle to get it so that you guys can see, so I'm going to just take it out. Oh my gosh. I just burnt my hand. But I don't give a damn because it was worth it because this shit looks good. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Just look at it. Okay? So we're going to put this little half plate of rice right up over here. And I'm going to get something that I can scoop this bad fella out with because this is ridiculous. Okay. Shoot, I'm putting him right on top of the rice. F it. And see, I wanted it to stay in a nice little stack. And it ain't acting right. This plating is not going how I want it to at all, and I don't care because I'm so excited to eat. Fuck it. I'm just putting it on the plate, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to be cute and everything. It ain't working this time around. I usually try very hard. Let me get some shrimp out of here. Ooh. Ooh. I can at least turn my okra on an angle so that it frames in towards the rice. You see how it like kind of tilts in? I really do have issues with symmetry, even though I'm kind of messy. Like I'm messy and perfectionist at the same time. I'm done talking to y'all because I'm ready to eat this food. I need a regular spoon, not a slotted spoon, so I can scoop some juice. Tried it Tuesday. But seafood lobster creation, I don't know what that is. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shoot, Sarah. I'm almost perfect. Hold on, I'm about to add some parsley just because it makes everything look cuter. I know I got this thing at Walmart, but this is the best thing anybody has ever created. It's a parsley grinder, and I was like, why do you need to grind parsley? That's stupid. But it just adds so much character to everything. It makes the plate look so much better just because we really are supposed to have much more green than we typically have on our plates. Anyway, let me turn my camera back around so that you guys can be mad jealous. Look at that. Ooh, wee, Jesus. It is going to be so good. Hot. I'm about to taste this and I'm scared. I don't even know where to start. I'm just overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed the whole time I was cooking this. I'm usually way more relaxed. Maybe I do need to just record myself so I don't have an actual audience. Even though this was like remotely easier than worrying about uploading and editing. Woo! Baby. When I tell you it's spicy, and the shrimp is cooked to perfection. Cooked to perfection. Like, so good. Ooh. Mmm. There's something in my eye. And because of all the habanero, I'm literally not about to touch it. I learned my mistake doing that one time. I played myself so bad, my eye didn't stop burning for like 3 days. But when I tell you, first of all, I got third-degree burns on my hand. You see that? That's a burn, okay? I got a burn on my finger. I could feel it. Live streaming is not for me. This crap is messy, but this food is so good. The okra is like the perfect level of sliminess. I still got a piece in my mouth. It didn't even go down yet, and I'm still so happy. The shrimp is just tender. I didn't even taste the lobster yet. The rice is cooked so well. And there's a perfect level of spice. Hold on, let me taste the sauce a little bit more by itself. Because I feel like I've been jacking my stews up lately where I haven't been doing enough tomato. I've been doing too much pepper. Like a sweet red pepper, not habanero pepper. My habanero spice has been okay lately, actually. But the last time I made stew, I put too much thyme in it and not enough tomatoes. So now I think I got enough. Let me see. Bro, when I tell y'all this food is good, it's good. Good. It's really fucking good. I was supposed to take a pic. I am so sorry. I was supposed to take a picture for Snapchat, and that's not happening. This food is good. Anyway, if you watch this from start to finish, you're a real one, aka Cece. I don't know who else did, but thank you so much for stopping on by and letting me explore. I'm gonna try to make the recipe and put it in the description box below. It was fairly expensive, not gonna lie, not a cheap meal, but I don't give a shit.